devotional is entitled Shaping Who We Are. We cannot deny the fact that much of who we are comes from our mother's influence on our lives. Our biological mothers or our spiritual mothers shaped our lives to become who we are today. Someone has beautifully said, God can't be everywhere, so He made mothers. Just as God gently leads us and shapes us to become more holy, mothers shape our lives to become more whole, a complete entity in every way. We see this through the life of godly mothers. We have all heard of St. Augustine of Hippo, Martin Luther Jr., and John and Charles Wesley. But not many of us have heard of their mothers. The unsung heroes, distinguished in their own role as mother and a great influence in shaping the lives of their children. Today, in this Mother's Day edition of Basics, I want to introduce you to them. First, we see a prayerful mother. Monica had great influence on her son Augustine's life. It is said that Monica's example and her prayers, even without support from her husband, eventually led Augustine to the Lord. In his autobiography, he said, "My mother shed more tears for my spiritual death than other mothers shed for the bodily death of their son." St. Augustine of Hippo became one of the leading theologians of the early church. That brings us to the second kind of mothers, purposeful mother. Katie Luther, wife of the Protestant reformer Martin Luther, raised 4 orphans in addition to the 6 biological children she had, while also hosting her husband's students and guests. The Luthers became a model to Protestant families for several centuries and spoke of family life as a training ground to Christian virtue. Katie had understood God's purpose for her life and she fulfilled it diligently. The third kind of mother we see are persistent mothers. Susan Wesley managed a large household of 8 children, overseeing both their spiritual and academic education. She focused diligently on their character, hard work, and knowledge of Scripture, and met personally with each child every week to give them encouragement and attention. Her sons, John and Charles Wesley, founded the Methodist movement that bears the imprints of her influence upon their lives. And last but not the least, positive mother. This reminds me of my own mother. She was an amazing woman, an epitome of qualities such as calmness, humility, and love. What made her even more special was her authenticity, holding on to her faith and values, and maintaining a positive outlook despite facing challenges. Friends, we may not have the choice to be distinguished mothers like Susan Wesley, Monica, or Katie Luther and be elevated to the Hall of Fame. But we do have the choice to be a prayerful, purposeful, persistent, and positive mother, to encourage, nurture, and raise our biological and spiritual children to become who God intended them to be. So, happy Mother's Day.